name is Larry Westhafer, and I've been with the project since the inception in 1987. And the first well, the old well, was put in 87. The new well, they added a new well in the year 2000. And over the years, we've done a lot of experimenting, and it seemed to take years till we finally got it done where we got the proper holes in the pipes where the water comes out, and also the intake where the water goes in, and the screens and everything. You have to make it pretty indestructible because of the high waters. But then in the year when Hurricane Ivan hit, right where I am standing, although I am like maybe 15 feet above the water, there was water here, and it pretty well destroyed our project at the upper end. Not the sleeves, but to pour all our pipes and intakes out. And then we rebuilt that the following year, and now everything seems to be working fine. And we've had help all these years. It's been a week, we come in here weekly, and maybe sometimes I even come in during the week, like especially in the fall when there's leaves to keep screens unclogged. But on a weekly basis, we put maybe, I'd say between maybe 1.5 and 2.5 ton, maybe even more. That's just sort of an estimate. I don't really know exactly, but say 3 ton a week on the average. And maybe you might have 40 weeks out of the year that it works. During the summer, you don't have enough water. So we put quite a bit of limestone in. And the way the wells work, a lot of people think the stone dissolves, but it doesn't really dissolve. The action of the water, there's a 10-foot drop, which creates pressure in a pipe. And there's holes there that restrict it so the water comes out at a rapid pace. And that takes the stone, and they call it a fluidized bed, which basically means the stone almost floats the water from the pressure. And the stone doing that, they're like there's 3 holes in each one, which is a total of 6 with 2 wells. And then balls of stone just go round and round, hitting each other and grind into a potter, which goes into the stream, which turns the stream a little discolored. But if you right in this area where the stream's going, but if you go down, it got completely dissolved. If you go several hundred yards downstream, you don't even see any signs of it. But as I've been coming back here for well over 50 years, and when I first come here, there was no wild trout in this stream. And these projects have restored the stream at least to the point where some wild trout can live in the stream, and it's been working well. Yeah, and the older diversion well, which was put in 87, was done through a cooperative effort with Penn State, and the idea came from, I think it was Sweden, and it was the first diversion well put in the United States. It's kind of like an experimental start, and that's how most, I know we went to other places to show people how to install these diversion wells from the knowledge we gained from our experimentation here.
I'm Steve Long, board member of the Fritchey chapter of Trout Unlimited and diversion well worker. What I'm going to do here is try to check and make sure the holes in the nozzle are open and not clogged by leaves. If you listen real carefully, you can actually hear the rock tinkling against this iron steel rod we've got, which means the holes are pretty well open already.
Okay, hi, I'm Gerry. Right now we're filling the wheelbarrows, and we're trying to concentrate on the fine stuff that we had delivered this summer, because in the winter time freezers drop hard on concrete. So they're filling the wheelbarrow as much as possible with finer graded limestone.
At least 8 here.
I'm Koffman, and I'm part of Trout Unlimited, on the Trout Unlimited board at the Fritchey chapter. And we're up here in the headwaters of the Stony Creek at the diversion well. And what we have before us here is where the intake is. There's a dam on the stream that we made. And that water backs up, goes into the pipes that run about 100 yards down to the diversion wells top of the pipes because of debris and leaves getting on there to test that. Come into these boxes, shoot down these pipes. Might be able to get a shot a little bit. They're buried in along the stream the whole way down. Maybe about 100 yards, 75 yards to the diversion well. What that does is it puts a lot of pressure on the water that it's going down, and when it comes into the wells, it comes through some jets in the wells, and it turns the limestone that we shovel in each week, and that grinds it up and pushes the powder out into the stream, which helps the pH. Up here we have very little life in the stream because of the high acidic rate, and down below we have, below the diversion well, we have native trout and trout swimming there at the bridge. That's kind of what happens up here.
Hi, it's a wonderful morning out here in Rausch Creek in Stony Valley, and we're glad that Dave could join us out here to see our crew at work. You probably already have talked to some of the others who work out here every week, so I won't really get into too much of that. But our Fritchey chapter of TU has obviously been hard at work trying to do some great restoration and conservation efforts. This is our keynote project, which we've been working on for 20 years, but we also do work on some other areas in Dauphin and Lebanon counties. We have restored about half a mile of Spring Creek, which is a wild brown trout stream right in the urban part of Harrisburg. We've got more work to do next year there with another phase of a grant. We do work on the Quitapahila Creek in Lebanon County. We've done quite a number of projects on that and expect to do a lot more. And we've got some work planned for Manatee Creek here also next summer. So there's plenty of work to keep us involved. And we're also always interested in any volunteers that would like to come out and join us. You don't have to be a TU member, but you might want to join after you see the fun we have. And so that's in a nutshell what Fritchey TU is all about.